You're not going to believe this, but a lot of people ask me, why is it so dang hard to find a good man at this age? Now, I am 57, about to be 58, and most of my friends struggle with the same issue. How do we find a good guy? There's lots of single guys in this age bracket, but the issue is they're no good. And why are they no good? You think, well, first off, they're all broken down. They got a bad knee, a bum heart, high blood pressure, cholesterol. They got to have a nap at 2 in the afternoon. All of the back pain. And you think, well, that's because they worked hard all their lives. I dispute that. I dispute that 100%. Because if they worked hard all their damn lives, how come they got nothing to show for it? You meet these guys, they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, and they're all broke down. Why? Because they were running around being cool, slick cat daddy all their lives, and now that they're broken down, they want someone to take care of them. No, sir, not us. And I'm not falling for this excuse, oh, my ex-wife got everything. No, she didn't. You never had anything for her to get. No, that is not true. I saw her. She had to rebuild her life from scratch because you left her with completely empty pockets. No, sir. That's not true either. Now, who's had the same experiences I have and have come to the same conclusion?
Imagine turning 50 and thinking you have the right to make demands. Most men in this country reach 50, and not all of them come out in a good position, often thanks to an ex-wife who took everything in a divorce. It's no coincidence that this is one of the top 3 reasons men end up filing for bankruptcy. But on top of that, how do you expect a well-established 50-year-old man to go after a 50-year-old woman who isn't even that attractive? A little common sense. It's surprising how little time the women in this video seem to have, still in the dating market past 50, searching for their Prince Charming. We want to reach 200,000 subscribers with your support. Leave your comment and share your insight. And with that, let's get started.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I don't even feel special when a guy likes me anymore. You guys like everybody. What I've noticed is that the older the guy that's trying to ask me out, the less effort they put in. And man, I'm really not trying to go into my cougar era here. But these guys that are my age don't even bother. Don't even bother to actually plan a date or take you out someplace nice, get to know you, have some conversation, But these younger guys, now they've got some game. They're almost convincing. Almost.
In case anyone wants the offer, Amy has this for you. Honestly, by the time they hit 50, they've lost all sense of shame. A woman is addicted to attention. No matter her age, she'll keep craving it. Since she can't draw attention with natural beauty, she does it by sexualizing herself on social media. A woman who could very well already be a grandmother. But women in their 50s are still out here actively looking for a partner. Take a look at the next woman who's trying to date men younger than her.
Still out here trying to go on first dates over and over and over. So today I met a guy that I've talked to for several days, and we went to Perch Cantina or Cantina Perch. I'm not sure. It was very, very good. Very, very good. I had broccoli tacos, and I know somebody's going to say that's not a taco, but it was inside a tortilla, so it's a taco, right? And they were perfect. Like, I love roasted charred broccoli. It was perfect. The sauce was sweet, little spicy, so good. The guy walked in, didn't look anything like his pictures. Why? Because this is exhausting. That's why. And it wasn't about the pictures. It was another guy who doesn't know how to communicate, who wanted me to carry the whole conversation. And it wasn't even that he only wanted me to talk about myself. He just didn't know how to talk about himself. And that to me is just not acceptable. I'm not interested in somebody that I have to carry the conversation, because if I have to carry the conversation, odds are pretty good I'm going to be expected to carry the relationship. And I'm just not doing that. Not again.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no.
Another divorced woman, already past 50, still in the dating world. And in the end, something many people already know gets confirmed. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. The irony in all of this is that many of these women left their husbands and broke up their families thinking they would find something better, and years later, you see them on dating apps, starting from scratch, looking for another man. At that age, reality should look different. You should be enjoying stability, family, grandchildren, a life you've already built. But instead, they're stuck in the same cycle, trying to find what they walked away from. And what's even more telling is that, even in that position, they keep complaining about the men they meet. At some point, it's no longer bad luck. It's the result of your own decisions.
Women.
I just read that the 40s are the most exhausting decade. Duh. But guess what? Your 50s are coming.
I am literally like so happy that I stopped giving away all of my time, energy, attention, resources, skills, and not really getting anything in return. Like a lot of women, I think we want to help, we want to serve, and we end up depleting ourselves. And when you step away, it's hurtful, but you calm your nervous system and you feel peace and contentment. And guess what? You have all this energy to pour into yourself. And then you realize more and more the lack of energy and attention and resources you were getting. We can give it to ourselves. Screw them. Screw them.
And it gets worse. Yet another woman entering that stage, already past 50, likely going through menopause, repeating the same narrative. This isn't about men wanting to be served. It's about a pattern that's becoming more and more common. Divorces in the 50s, right when the man is close to retirement, after spending a lifetime building and providing for the household. In fact, studies like the Graying of Divorce, 2015, show that more than 60% of divorces after 50 are initiated by women. Why does this happen? Because at that stage, they often have a certain level of financial independence, and the kids are already grown. But the outcome is often the same. When that point comes, some choose to leave right when there's more to divide. And that leaves many men in a difficult position, forced to start over at a stage where rebuilding isn't so easy. That's why it's not uncommon to see cases where, after a late-life divorce, many men end up facing serious financial problems, even bankruptcy.
Dating over 50.
Hi everybody, it's Lisa here. I just wanted to touch today on dating. Being a woman at 51, it is very hard to meet good men. I'm sure it's hard for you good men to meet good women. What are we all doing wrong here? The dating apps don't work. I mean, maybe they work for some people, but the majority of people I know, they do not work for. I just want to find a normal guy, just like we all do. But to quote Bridget Jones, one of the best movies, to quote Bridget and book, to quote her, and this is very hard, and I'm trying to stick with this. I will not fall for alcoholics, workaholics, commitment phobics, men with girlfriends or wives, misogynists, megalomaniacs, chauvinists, emotional F-wits, can't say the word, you know what I mean, freeloaders or perverts. I have been with all of the above, some men being two or more of those things. We don't want those things. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to meet people anymore. I really don't. Dating apps don't work, anything. I just wanted to make this quick video. I will be talking all week about this subject, and I will make another video tomorrow. But I want you all to have a good day, and if you have any ideas of how to meet good people, good men, or women for the men, let us know. Thank you.
Imagine making a list where you don't want a man who's a workaholic, but you also don't want a freeloader. You don't want a misogynist, but you also don't want a pervert. You don't want a chauvinist, but you also don't want someone who's afraid of commitment. Does a man like that even exist? Someone who has none of those traits? At that point, you might as well ask Jesus to send you a man with no personality. The reality is that every man has traits, strengths, but also flaws. What's interesting is how those qualities often get interpreted. Confidence gets labeled as chauvinism, setting boundaries gets called misogyny, and focusing on progress gets labeled as being a workaholic. In the end, it seems like the standard is a man who does everything, yet has no traits that might make anyone uncomfortable. And then they wonder why they can't find anyone. It's even worse for a woman who's hit the wall, because the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, these questions are for you. Did you know that 60% of divorces after 50 are initiated by women? Does that kind of man, with none of those traits, even exist? If you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and keeps us motivated to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.